Coffee. For many people around the world, it's the fuel needed to kickstart the day. Whether you're making your own or grabbing one on the go, how much is your coffee addiction costing you? Around the world, 400 billion cups of coffee are consumed every year. And in the UK alone, 40 million cups of coffee are consumed every day, at a cost of £730 million a year. So what are the costs, and where are they coming from? Firstly, there's the cost of production. It begins with the cost of the beans. Arabica beans are considered gourmet as they're grown at a higher altitude, and its plants produce a lower yield. Robusta, on the other hand, is easier to farm. They're disease-resistant and have a higher yield, albeit at the cost of a less delicate taste. So, if you're drinking 100% Arabica coffee, it'll cost more. Around 80% of the world's cultivated coffee is Arabica, with the remaining 20% being Robusta. But that's just the first consideration. There's the cost of farming the coffee plants, taxes and tariffs to be paid both at the country of origin and final destination, warehouse and packaging fees, shipping fees, and costs to the coffee roasters. And if you're buying from a non-specialist outlet on the high street, expect to pay anywhere between £252 and £624 for the same cappuccino. This puts the average cost of buying a cappuccino every weekday at £519 a year. Considering Britons spend an average of £359 on food, drinks and entertainment while on holiday, cutting down on coffee can lead to substantial savings. Next time someone asks you to meet them for a coffee, perhaps invite them over for a cup of tea instead. And then there's the consideration if the coffee is fair trade or organically grown, which also adds to the cost of production. Secondly, there's the cost of retail. If you're partial to the daily takeaway coffee, you'll need to consider the costs of the machinery, the filters, as well as the costs of water, milk, sugar, the sleeve, the lid, the cup, and napkins. Added to that, there are the building costs and utility bills to keep everything running, as well as employee wages. It's safe to say there's a lot that goes into a cup of coffee. If you buy yours from a specialist coffee outlet, expect to fork out from £548 to £663 a year for a cappuccino every weekday.